Today we're going to be talking about lesson 6.5, part A, percent of increase and decrease. A percent of change is the percent that a quantity changes from the original amount. So we can use the equation or the rule percent of change is equal to the amount of change over the original. So when the amount increases from the beginning to the end, we call that a percent of increase. It goes up. When we have a percent of increase, we subtract the new amount minus the original, and whatever that value is, we divide it by the original. If the percent is a percent of decrease, if the value is going down from the beginning to the end, we take the original minus the new, and whatever that value is, we still divide by the original. Let's take a look at a few examples. So find the percent of change, round them to the nearest tenth of a percent if necessary. So we can see that from 10 to 25, it's increasing. So we're going to take the new amount, 25, take away 10, the original, and divide that value by 10. 25 take away 10 is 15, 15 over 10. 15 divided by 10 is 1.5. Now we need to change this decimal value to a percent. To do that, we move the decimal 2 times to the right. So the percent of change in number 1 is 150%. 150%. So now for number 2, again, we can see that we're increasing. From 57 to 65, we're going up. So we take that new amount minus the original and divide by the original. 65 take away 57 is 8. So now we would need to divide 8 by 57. We can do that by putting 8 inside the house and long dividing. In order to round to the nearest tenth of a percent, we need to have 4 places behind that decimal point. Now, 57 can't go into 8, but it can go into 80 one time. 80 take away 57 is 23. 57 goes into 230 4 times to make 228. 230 take away 228 is 2. When we bring down a 0, we find out that 57 can't go into 20. So now we have to take 57 into 200, which will happen 3 times. We're now to the 4th place behind the decimal point, so we don't need to keep going. Our decimal answer is 0.1403. Now we need to make that a percent. Again, move that decimal point 2 places to the right. So we have 14.03%. But we need to round to the 10th of a percent. So that's to this 0 place. We know that the 3 tells the 0 to stay the same. So our answer will simply be 14%. Now go ahead and take a look at number 3 and try to set it up on your own. From 2010 to 2011, we're going from 18 to 10. So this is a decrease. We're going down. We take the original minus the new and divide by the original. 18 take away 10 is 8. And we need to divide 8 by 18. Again, 4 places behind the decimal point. 18 can go into 80 4 times. This will make 72. And we have 8 left over. You may now see here that this is going to repeat. So we know that our 4 is going to continue to repeat. We've gone to 4 places after the decimal to now be able to change this to a percent. At 44.44%, we need to change to round it to the nearest tenth. The 4 again tells this 4 to stay the same, so we have 44.4%. Now let's look at the next two. Identify the percent of change as an increase or a decrease, then find the percent of change. Round to the nearest tenth of a percent if necessary. So here from 8 to 24, we know we are increasing. So we take the new amount minus the original divided by the original. 24 to take away 18, 24 take away 8 is 16. 16 over 8 is 2. This is like our decimal answer, so now we need to change 2 to a percent. When we move this decimal 2 places to the right, we find out that this was a 200% increase. On number 2, 300 miles to 210 miles, this is a decrease. We're going down. So we take the original minus the new, divide by the original. Try to finish this one now. You can see that 300 take away 210 is 90, so 90 divided by 300 is 0.3. We need to take this decimal and change it to a percent, so our answer will be a 30% decrease.